Hello students, welcome to the new chapter of Power Electronics and Drives. This is Uninterrupted Power Supply, in short UPS. I believe we all are known to the device UPS. We all have seen, most of us have seen UPS. Most of us are known to the fact why should we use UPS. Now in this particular lecture, we will be dealing with the details of UPS, like why should we use UPS, what are the main components, if we are having those components, so that we can set an UPS for us, different types of UPS, their application. So let us have this video. So the topics that we are going to cover today is introduction, components, offline, online UPS and application. Now from your exam point of view, UPS itself is a question of 7 to 8 marks, right? So a detail of UPS can be there. So if a detail like it's if the question comes like explain UPS or explain uninterrupted power supply, so whatever you are going to read in this video, you have to explain throughout. Or else they will mention like explain offline UPS or online UPS. In that case, just go through the introductory part and then go through the detail they have asked for, like offline or online. Okay. So what is UPS? An interrupted power supply is defined as an electrical equipment which can be used as an immediate power source to the connected load when there is any failure in the main input power source. So we are having our electrical loads. It may be a critical load, it may be a general load, but if we are having UPS, we can have an uninterrupted power supply. For critical loads like in bank, in hospitals, in nursing homes, there must be a continuous supply of power and in those cases, the application of UPS is very necessary. Also in our household goods like your desktop, television, there also we can use UPS. But is there any difference between an UPS that we are using in for critical load and that we are using in our domestic appliances? Yes, there is some basic differences that we are going to study here. Now the available size of UPS that are from 200 volt ampere, which is used for a solo computer, to a several large unit up to 46 MVA. Now in market we can have an UPS that is that can supply power for 46 MVA unit. Now, what are the components of UPS? Within UPS, what are the devices that must have? It must have a rectifier, battery, inverter, and static bypass switch. Now, this static bypass switch is also known as anti-parallel switch. The connection I will show you later. The static bypass switch can be also termed as anti-parallel switch. Now, these are the basic block diagram of UPS, where a rectifier circuit, inverter circuit, battery and static bypass, these four components are being used. Now, types of UPS, offline and online. As I have already told you that there may be two types of UPS. One is offline and another is online. In offline UPS, as the name implies, this offline UPS is also known as standby UPS or short break UPS. Why these are called so? Because this type of UPS is supplying such load that can withstand a short time of no power supply or a short time of break in power supply. So this type of UPS we are having in our domestic appliances. Okay. Now this is the basic block diagram of offline UPS. What is the principle of working principle here? See, we are having a 230 volt AC supply, input supply, which is rectified first, okay, and then it's filtered to get the proper DC. After filtration, this DC voltage is charging a battery, okay. At the same time, this voltage is getting to the inverter. Again, it's converted to AC, and through filtration, it reducing the noise, the harmonics, and then it's connected to a switch. Now look at these switches. The upper one is known as normally on, and the lower one is termed as normally off. Why it's normally off and on? When the main supply is on, the power flows through this normally on switch to load. Okay, this particular connection where two power electronic devices are connected in parallel, directing to different side, this particular connection is known as anti-parallel connection. So these switches, static switches, these are connected in an anti-parallel way. So during normal power flow, when the power supply is on, static switches are connected, and through normally on switch, power is getting to the load. At the same time, this power is charging the battery. Now when this power supply is cut off, so normally on switch is not able to supply power to load, then what happens? From battery, the power gets to through inverter, AC filter switch, and normally off switch to the load. Now the transition between normally on and off will take a minimum time of 3 to 5 milliseconds, and for this 3 to 5 milliseconds, the load will not get any power supply. So for this minimum time interval, there will be no power supply to the load, and that is why offline UPS is known as short break UPS or short term break UPS. Okay. Next, online UPS. See, here we can have a normally off switch and a normally on switch. Now this normally on switch is getting connected through this inverter and AC filter switch. Okay, now normally off switch, if this switch is getting on, then power can flow through this to the load. But we always prefer to use normally on switch. Why? Because these online UPS, these are also termed as no break UPS, which are providing power supply to the critical loads where we cannot withstand any microsecond times of power cut. So in those cases, we prefer to use normally on switch. What will happen? During normally on condition, when the main is on, power will charge, AC input supply will charge battery similar to the offline UPS, and it will go to the load. Now when the main AC supply is cut off, this charged battery will provide power to the load. So there is no interruption of power in this type of UPS, and that is why these are known as online UPS. Now what are the applications of a UPS? Data center, industries, telecommunication, hospitals, bank and insurance, and to run some special projects or special events, we can use UPS. So UPS, maybe it's numbered here as 5 or 6 application, but in practical, UPS can have several types of application. In industry, it covers each and every industry that we have to use UPS. So it may be normally offline type, it may be online type, but there must be an application of UPS in each and every sector where the power is being supplied. So these are all that we have to study about UPS. If question comes regarding UPS, you have to write all. If question comes mentioning online or offline, you have to mention components of UPS and the application part along with the block diagram of that mentioned question. So thank you for watching this video. And if you face any difficulties, you can mention that in the comment section. Thank you.